Hey everybody, this is Tressa. Today I want to make a carrot cake, and I'm going to make it in sheet cake because it's just easier. And layer cakes can be a problem for me sometimes. I don't have the patience for them to cool off. But anyway, it's going to be delicious. So let's go over the ingredients. Okay, so far in my bowl, I have 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and now I need 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. And I like to use fresh nutmeg, so I'm just going to guess half teaspoon is about half of a shell. That might be too much. We'll see. And 1/8 teaspoon of ground cloves, which I do not like cloves, so I will not be adding it. And 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And you can mix this in the food processor or the stand mixer. And I'm going to mix mine in the the stand mixer today. Because my food processor I used to grate the carrots, so it's like all wet. Okay, and now I'm going to move you over to the mixer, and we're going to start dumping in the bowl. We're going to put in our granulated sugar, and we're going to use the paddle attachment also. We need 1.5 cups of granulated sugar. And a 1/2 cup of packed light brown sugar. I am making a mess today. Okay. And we're going to have 4 large eggs at room temperature. And I'm going to mix this on high for 1 minute. And then I'll show you the next step. I mixed that in. Now we're going to turn it on to medium-low and drizzle 1.5 cups of vegetable oil, which I'm using canola oil. But so you don't have to hear the mixer, I will bring you back. It looks like it's emulsified. I also added in a 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. So now we're going to, I increased the speed and I beat it on high for 45 seconds to emulsify it. Now I'm going to stir in my carrots by hand. I have a whole pound of carrots here that I shredded. I figured carrot cake would be a good holiday cake. Sorry about that. A little clumsy today. So I'm just going to stir these carrots in. It's a lot of carrots. But I think cinnamon is such a good flavor for the fall. And then I'm going to stir in my dry ingredients. And I won't repeat them, since I already told you at the beginning of the video what they were. Excluding the cloves. Do not like cloves, so I didn't add that. But if you like that, by all means add it. Okay, I'm just going to mix this, and when I get it mixed in, we'll pour it in the pan. Make sure that you mix all your dry ingredients in and grab from the bottom of the bowl. Make sure it's really mixed well. And I suppose you could make this a layer cake if you choose to. I like 13 by 9s. So I'm going to pour this into the pan. And we're going to make a cream cheese frosting. And it's a little bit different than most cream cheese frostings. All right. There we go. So I'm going to put this in the 350 oven for 35 to 40 minutes. And I'll see you then. I just took my carrot cake out of the oven. I can tell it's ready because it pulled away from the sides a little bit. It's golden brown. And also I can smell it. Let's do the toothpick test. And I don't mind if a couple of crumbs are on there. You probably can't see that. But I like a couple of crumbs. That means it's moist. So we're going to let this cool, and then we're going to make a special cream cheese frosting. I'm going to make the cream cheese frosting for the carrot cake. I'm going to start with 4 tablespoons of butter. I kind of just make up my own recipe with cream cheese frosting. I go by the consistency, but I'll try to give you some measurements. This is 1 block, and then I'm going to use a total of 12 ounces of cream cheese. If I can open this. This is whipped cream cheese that I'm going to add. It whips up really, really nicely. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to use the whisk attachment. And you can use a hand mixer for this. I just always use my stand mixer because it's fast. Okay, I'm just going to whip this up and I'll be right back. Nice and fluffy. And I'm going to scrape down the bowl. And I whipped it for about 2 minutes, but my cream cheese is at room temperature, so it doesn't take very long. And now I'm going to add, a teaspoon of vanilla. Let me put that down. And I don't want it too sweet. I'm going to add about 1.5 cups of powdered sugar, some kind of way without making a mess. Actually, it's going to be 1 3/4 cups. And I'm going to mix this together. And I always like, for my cream cheese frosting, I always add just a pinch of heavy cream, and it really fluffs it up. It makes it nice and creamy. I need to scrape my bowl. And let me see, I might need a little bit more powdered sugar. And I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. And I'm going to whip this on high for about 3 minutes. I got it nice and creamy, if you could see that. And now we're going to put it on top of the cake. You can be the judge. It depends on how much icing you like. And if you don't use it all, you can freeze this icing. It freezes really well. I'm just going to lay it on there pretty thick, though, because the cake's pretty thick. So I'm just going to spread this out. And this is going to be really delicious. Yep, pretty thick. And also I added just a pinch of salt. I forgot to mention that while I was mixing it. You always want to add a pinch of salt to your desserts. And I have a tiny bit left, so I'm just going to throw it on top. And I'm not very good at decorating, but that looks good to me. Let's see if I can get that off. And this is a perfect dessert for Thanksgiving. You can make it a layer cake if you want. Okay, we're going to cut a slice and we'll be back. I'm going to show you the inside of the cake. I pay very close attention to the end so I don't overcook them. And now we're going to take a taste. And I love carrot cake, so this is a treat. And that's the amount of frosting I put. And there's a lot of carrots in here. It's a whole pound. And that's my daughter always sticking her finger in. But she doesn't want to be on camera. Okay, here we go.
You can have it back if you want.
Well,
Icing is good.
it's delicious. I love just a little bit of heavy whipping cream in my cream cheese frosting. The recipe actually called for sour cream, but I chose to do my own frosting. This is a really good classic carrot cake, and it's great for Thanksgiving. And I hope you try it. And thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe.